about the Messi thing.
Anything else on the Messi front, Chris, before we move on?
No, I'm done. I'm
I'm falling out. I told you, I never want to bring this guy's name up again.
I don't know, man. This Messi thing is just a freaking mess. What a disaster.
I don't want to hear this name ever again until it's official. But they got me back.
No question about it. I am ready to get hurt again.
Chris, the Herons are back. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 196 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me, as always, Mr. KBD. How are you doing, sir?
It's that time. It's time to grade. It's time to lay down the law here.
It's mid-season. Well, a little over mid-season, right? It's 34 games in the season, and we are at 18. So we're one over the halfway point. But, I mean, we don't got too much else to talk about. And the 17th game was a random Wednesday game. So it didn't give us too much time to really do this. So we figured it's a good time to kind of grade everybody out. We're going to be joined by Calypso from La Ventanita podcast. He's running a little late, though. Is there anything you want to touch on before we get going with the grades? See if we give Calypso a second to get on here.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, other than I guess the grades, I'm excited for the next game against Philly. And I can't wait to see that game. I did an interview with a guy that does a program for Philadelphia as well. I'm gonna go ahead and post that. And
we got Todd the God on for next Wednesday.
I still love the Dupe song, by the way.
Oh,
still love that Dupe song. I wish we had something like that. I mean, these people are already out of line. Mr. Crab's already here in the comments saying Vicky Bakery gets an A+. Vicky automatically failed from enrollment.
And Isid Sands is asking, what's the hate with Xavi? I mean, I haven't heard anybody hate him. I don't necessarily want him, but I wouldn't say anybody's hating on him. I think people felt like he was underperforming with the Barcelona squad, but I think he kind of righted the ship towards the end. Everybody thought that he would come back. I think he said he was going to leave. Then they asked him to come back, and then they ended up letting him go anyway, which is kind of messed up. But I think that Tata should probably get until the end of the year. I mean, he currently has the team in first place. They've only lost 3 games all year, but then you can go around and be like, yeah, but he has Messi and Suarez and all these other people. Anybody would be in first place. So, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? It's something we can go back and forth with, and I just think that he should just have the whole year. But
yeah, and I mean, look, Tata is in first place. Yeah, you can't get any better than that. I mean, and then Aria is here in the comment section saying, remember you guys said Neymar is coming. Do you still think so since Di Maria is confirmed, basically?
Well, I always thought, I can only speak for myself. I always said I thought Neymar was coming 2026, which would be the year. I always thought that he would have like an overlap with Messi for one season. Yeah. So I thought that maybe 2026, Messi comes, plays that last year, and Neymar comes that year. Because I think he'll give the Saudi team a season. I mean, he's getting paid a ridiculous amount of money. He basically missed the whole last season. So I think he's going to give him a year. And I think he will overlap with Messi for a year. And I mean, I hope so, because that'll keep the crowds coming and it'll keep this team really entertaining.
Absolutely. I mean, and then look, and for all of you that think that we're slamming Tata, I mean, look, Soccer Daddy's laughing. Tata got called up to coach Mexico again. So.
And then one last thing, we're hearing that we are after a defensive player, possibly. And there's definitely work being done behind the scenes. So worry not. They're doing something. They're doing something. Now, at what cost?
There's someone cooking.
Yeah, at what cost? But there's something happening. All right, Calypso. There we go. No more filibustering. We got Calypso on with us. So let's bring on Mr. Calypso. There you go.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
It's good to be back. Sorry about my lighting. This is makeshift. We do things crazy here.
It's all
in the
good.
back cave.
It's all good.
We're about to grade some players, so it's time to get dark anyway.
Oh yeah. I'm ready.
So shout out to Calypso from La Ventanita podcast. You guys took a little break, right?
Yeah, we're mostly focusing on just the Twitter for now. Because Bernie's living life and doing things and out there windsurfing in the Cayman Islands and stuff like that. So
must be nice.
He's doing this thing, living life. So I'm running the Twitter, talking shit to Orlando fans, making them feel bad about themselves. The usual.
Yep. All right, and Rohan.
By the way, before we,
ask
exactly.
Calypso. Let's ask it to start the show.
Oh God, here we go. What's going
on? All right, so I mean, I thought we were gonna do this at the end, but we might as well just slap it on him right now.
Oh no!
So Backstreet Boys are in sync. You have to make a decision. This is something we ask every guest at the end of the show. Okay. Where are you going with this?
I have to go in sync because I have an older sister and she was a big NSYNC fan. That's the only reason. I had an older sister and she was an NSYNC fan. She had all the albums. So by association, I have to pick NSYNC. Only by association because I was a big Usher guy back in the day. That was my shit back in the day. Was Usher. That was one of the first albums.
Usher was killing it.
Yeah, that was one of the first albums I bought with my own money. Was My Way. So. I just see Steven there. I'm always in the club. But yeah, I was more of an Usher guy. My sister she liked Backstreet Boys too, but she was mostly an NSYNC fan. So there we go.
Danny, don't ask the question that you always ask. Let's just move on.
No, I'm not. You just killed me. That's all. This is already getting started off to a rocky start. All right,
my sister.
So here we go.
Backstreet Boys is awful. I mean, Aaron Carter, get out of here.
We are. They're a good group. Together, they're good. They don't have a Justin Timberlake.
Cohesion.
Exactly. Get out. NSYNC is way better. Dances better. Sings better. Get out.
I haven't listened to him in a long time, so I would know.
So we are going to go and grade midseason. We are 18 games in. You can't let me finish? Jesus Christ.
Yeah, okay.
18 games in. We're going to go player by player. There's going to be some of these that are probably a little easier to do than others. But we are interested. We wanted to get Calypso's take because Calypso, like you said, you are hot on Twitter. So we're going to get your takes. And yes, there is a rumor swirling around there.
Any rumors, Taylor, or I saw some rumors about Campana. Remember, yesterday's price is not today's price. You're going to have to pay a pretty penny to get our players.
The thing is, you can't trade until next month. And because you can't trade until next month, who knows how Taylor is looking in the next couple of weeks. Yeah. Things might change.
Especially after Copa America. He gets more play.
But yes, there's, that's what
there's some legs. There's some legs there, guys.
We'll see. We had to offload half our, well, not even half, most of our team the season. So
what we're hearing that it's a trade, so it would be in league. It would be with another MLS squad. So
with who?
All right, that's enough. That's enough.
Let's keep going. Let's
go. All right. I already got my grades ready. I got them pulled up. So
all right.
Whenever you guys ready, say a name and I got you.
Let's start with the easy.
Okay.
All right. So I hope, and look, Calypso, you already started off a little rough with the NSYNC over Backstreet Boys, but let's start. Calypso, Messi, midseason grade. This should be an easy one. What are we going?
This is one of my 2 A's that I have.
Ooh, nice. Tough grader.
I only got 2 A's, and he is one of them. Not even Suarez got an A.
Oh, okay. So, A from me, A from Calypso. Chris.
I mean, he's got to get an A. I mean, there's no way he can get any other grade other than an A. Absolutely.
Exactly. Okay.
And,
that's the easy one.
Aria agrees.
I wouldn't say A+. I would say just an A. Only because of the last couple of games, he hasn't been doing so hot.
Well, you know what? I didn't add A+ on here, but
I got a couple pluses and minuses. I got some pluses and minuses in there. I come from both my parents, my aunt, my brother, and 2 cousins are teachers, so I come from I know how to grade things. I come from a big teacher family, so
that works perfectly. Just know that my graphics don't have the pluses and minuses, so you're just gonna have to specify.
That's fine. Yeah, I got it
All
written
right.
down here.
So we're good. All right. So Messi, easy. For those of you on audio, we got Messi up there. Easy grade. So let's go to the next one. Mr.
Suarez.
Luis Suarez. Chris, I'll let you start off with this one. Give me your grade for Luis Suarez this season.
I think for Luis Suarez, I'm also gonna have to go with a B. The only reason that I'm gonna go with a B for Suarez is because in the beginning he started a little slow. The beginning was a little slow, but I think he's caught some traction here, and he's getting better, obviously, in form. Not as great as Messi, but I'll give him a B.
Now, Calypso, you said that your family has a bunch of teachers.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teacher. I am still in the education system.
Nice.
So I do give out grades, but I was an easy grader.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got it.
I gave Luis Suarez an A. Yes, the first 2 games were rough, but there was a point on here that I was catching strays. Actually, I was getting straight headshots because I said that he could possibly be the MVP for the team because he was playing that hot there was a stretch there. And I think that he's kept it going. 16 games, 12 goals, 5 assists. That's 17 goal contributions in 16 games. I'm sorry. That's good enough for an A in my book. Calypso, what did you grade Luis Suarez?
I gave Luis Suarez a B minus.
B minus.
Yeah. I gave him a B minus.
Yo, okay.
It did take him it did him a bit to actually, get warmed up and ramp up. He played really well, and now the last couple of games, similar to Messi, I'm seeing some things I don't like. I'm seeing a bit of Higuain with the throwing of the hands when he doesn't get a right pass, and him standing there and not always being open. So I had to demote him points for that. Also, he's a former Liverpool player, and as a Manchester United supporter, I had to.
You got to take off a couple decimals.
Yeah, just a little.
Some bias there. Some bias there. Okay. And somebody just said they thought that I didn't like Suarez. I wasn't a fan of Suarez before he came onto the team. I didn't want him, but since he's been here, he's been amazing. He's been what I knew he would be. I mean, the MVP from Brazil, you know that he's going to do well when he gets here.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you go far back in my other Twitter account, you'll find so much shit talk about Suarez from me. So I'm never going to hide that. Hey, when
me either.
He's scoring goals for our team, I will cheer him. But as soon as he leaves, fuck Suarez, because I grew up a Manchester United supporter. So that's how it is.
Isid just said, if Suarez isn't the other A, I wonder who is. I am very curious, and we're going to get to that eventually.
Nobody's going to guess it. I guarantee it.
Okay. And
nobody's going to guess it.
Somebody asked, I guess they got on here late, what did Danny grade Messi? I gave him an A++. If there was a way to grade above that, I would. But come on, Messi has been Messi literally every game that he's played. So, all right. So moving on. Mr. Sergio Busquets. 17 games, 1 goal, 5 assists. He's been manning the midfield, sometimes with Redondo and Gomez, sometimes with Gressel and David Ruiz. He's had a tough go. Hasn't been the best. So, Calypso, I'll start with you. What did you grade Mr. Sergio Busquets?
I gave him a C. I straight up gave him a C. He especially at the beginning of the season, he was banging in passes left and right. He was doing really well, but his legs are catching up with him. I don't like the fact that every time there's a foul anywhere near him, he has to go over and argue and put hands on the ref and stuff like that. I hate that. It bugs me so much because one of these days, because we give, what's his name? We give the young kids that always getting, you look like Toto and all these young kids shit for giving us penalties and doing dumb shit. But he gets a pass because he's Sergio Busquets. I do not give him that same pass. He hasn't been as good and as important lately. He is a good, he holds the team together and he kind of holds the team accountable. But lately, his performances just hasn't been up to snuff for me.
All right. I'll go next. I am going to like I said, I don't have B minuses on there, but I would give him a B minus.
I can see that.
Now, I see a lot of people in the chat
They're saying B's and C's.
I've seen a lot of A's for some reason. I wouldn't give him an A. Look,
I can maybe be convinced to be a B minus.
Yeah, look, I understand that physically it's not his fault that he can't get back on defense, but he can't get back on defense. he has been giving up some passes. He hasn't been as crisp with his passing.
A lot of it.
But I will tell you that one game that he did play at center back, I thought that he did a great job. We started beating the press a lot better when he started joining in, basically as a third center back. And you know what? I'm gonna give him a B. Not even a B. I'm gonna give him a B, a solid B, because he has helped a lot when beating the press and when he drops back there, almost like a third center back. And because of that, I think that he deserves, I guess, a B.
For me, it's all the extra stuff with the refs and like, especially as the team leader, not the actual captain, but as team leader, you can't be doing that stuff, man. You got to be the voice of reason. You got to be like, yo, chill. We can't be.
Well, I definitely wouldn't give him an A. That's for sure.
No way.
All right, Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with a B also. I'll tell you why I was gonna go B minus, but we're not doing any minuses or pluses.
No, you can throw it in there. It's just not gonna show up on the graphics.
So I'll give him like a B minus, and it's only because in recent games he's fell out of form. In recent games, you could tell that he hasn't been playing as well as he was earlier. Now, mind you, he is the player that has, I believe, the highest minutes on this team. So he's putting out
Taylor, I think.
It's either him, Taylor, or Gressel. And so Busquets, I believe he has the highest amount of minutes in the season. But honestly, he's putting in the work. But obviously, you know, at his age, with the amount of games that he's played in his career, it's hard to maintain that level, I guess. So I would have to give him a B minus maybe. But for the most part, I believe a B is a fair assessment for Sergio Busquets. I don't think an A is fair, because obviously with someone like him that always has the ball a lot, and he's been making a lot of errors recently.
Yeah.
So
and so your point, Chris, he does have the outside of Callender, of course, he does have the most minutes played on the team, followed by Tomas Aviles, then Gressel, then Luis Suarez.
Yeah,
look at that. People said that his knees wouldn't hold up, and he's fourth most minutes. So there you go.
Oh no, and I mean, and look, Uri Akuma is saying the Busi is definitely B plus for his time alone. Listen, we're not grading on effort. There is a category for effort and grades, but we're not grading an effort. We're grading on execution. And
I think you graded overall. I went from a B minus to a B. He's a B. He's a solid B in my book.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give him an A though. Definitely not an A. All right, here we go. Jordi Alba. I'll start with this one again. I guess I'm an easier grader than everybody else. I'm giving Jordi Alba an A.
Oh.
I feel like, look, there was a point before he got injured where I think it was like 67% of our offense was being built up the left side. Jordi Alba is the machine. He is the one that kind of builds the attack up the left side. Since he's come back, maybe he hasn't done it as much. But look, in 14 games, he has 4 assists playing as the left back. He has 2 goals.
That last one's so good.
Yes, Jordi Alba, to me, we've said it on the show plenty of times. Obviously, Messi is the fan favorite, but like Jordi Alba is one of those guys that you just think of and you're like, man, everybody in the fan base fell in love with Jordi Alba, and the way he kind of chokes people out during games and stuff. Jordi Alba's that dude. Calypso, great for Jordi.
Jordi Alba, B plus.
B plus.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm kind of a lot of things. I can't really give him an exact A. Like I said, I only gave 2 players A, and Messi's one of them. So he's not playing on the level of Messi or better. So I'm gonna give him a B plus. He has been integral. He hasn't played all the games, but he has been integral to a lot of the things that we've been doing, especially having that balance. Because that was one of the problems, is we only could use one side. But now that we have him and Weigandt, we have that balance that we can use to switch sides, and he's been really good. And his passes are amazing. Him and Gressel and Weigandt have been passing like crazy, and it's really good.
I'm fearful that your A is Gressel, and I'm just gonna Chris, what's your grade for Jordi?
Mike V is saying A plus for MMA skills. I agree with that.
He starts choking people out.
True.
I'll tell you, I'll give him a B as well. There was someone that made a really good comment earlier here that he hasn't been playing great defense. But let me tell you something. The fact that, number one, he's not Messi. So obviously anybody that plays in Messi's place is not going to be the same. But you can really tell the difference in quality when Jordi is back there versus whether it's Noah Allen or even Negri.
Negri.
We're talking about it's a complete difference. Even Negri, who we all liked prior to acquiring any of these top 4 players, Negri, we liked him on this team. Now we have Alba, and it's like, Negri, do we really need this guy? So you could tell the difference that he makes. I'd give him a B+.
All right. Sure. Yeah. So A, B, and B+. Mm-hmm. Matias Rojas. Now, I think he's a little tricky because if you would have graded him after the first 2 games, you would have been like, "Oh, this guy's an A." But then he's kind of falling off a little bit. I think it's also Tata's fault for not really giving him a position. I have no idea what position he plays.
That's what I was gonna say. He hasn't really been playing him as much. So it's hard to grade him an A.
Yeah. So what do you think, Calypso? What grade do you give Matias Rojas?
I gave him a B. I can even give him a B+. He has been integral. I really wish he was being played more. I don't know why Tata isn't playing him more. I think it might have been the last game where he came on, I think halfway through the first half, like, wait, they didn't start Rojas in this? Because especially in those first games, he was integral to, we have a problem. We would love to play from the back, but getting the ball, especially in these last 2 games, from the back to Messi and Suarez and those guys has been a real problem, and that's what a lot of teams have been figuring out. If a lot of teams, Atlanta did it, and St. Louis did. They just pressed us because we love to play from the back anyways. But if we have trouble getting that transition from the back to the midfield to the front, and Rojas was integral in that, we're having problems with that, then you were kind of figured out. So that's why I'm giving Rojas a B.
I'm going to give him a C because I think we haven't seen him at his best position. When he came in to play wing the first 2 games, I thought he looked great. No, I'm sorry, not wing. He was playing in the midfield. And I think that's where he's looked best. But because he's been put in at the wings a couple of times, he's kind of disappeared when he's been up there. I think that he started hot. He's kind of cooled off a little bit. I'm going to go with the C. I think that maybe later on in the year, when he gets more comfortable, maybe that'll bump up. But as of right now, I'd have to give him a C. Chris?
I can see that.
I'm going to have to go with a B- because, unfortunately for him, Tata doesn't know where the hell to put him. And that's not his fault.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. The reason I give him a B and not a C is because the fact of the matter is that he came in as a replacement for Diego Gomez, right?
Yep.
Now, his ability or even willingness to strike, to attack, has been phenomenal.
Yeah,
his passing,
but he doesn't defend like Diego Gomez.
Sure.
No, he doesn't. True, and his passing is better. So at this point, I would say it's a B- only because it's not his fault. If he was placed at the right position every single game, then I'd say a C. But at this point, we don't even know where the hell he fits.
All right. Well, Chris, I'm going to let you start off with the next one because this one's near and dear to your heart, and he might not be here very much longer. Mr. Robert Taylor.
The pride of Finland.
Yeah. So, guys, I mean, you guys know how I feel about Robert Taylor. I got him right here behind me. And look, Robert Taylor.
Is that him on your shirt with a crown?
It should be, right?
It should be, yeah.
Okay,
the Finnish coat.
Okay.
I wore that shirt in the last episode.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, Robert Taylor, guys, I mean, look, this guy, he is a godsend to this team. As much as you guys think that Messi is, right? He is one of the players with the highest pace on this team. So we're talking about Robert Taylor can run miles.
What's his pace? I don't play FIFA anymore, so
he's the finisher.
He is the finisher.
Of course.
He is. So I'll tell you this much. Robert Taylor, I'm giving him a B. I'm not gonna give him an A.
Okay.
I'm not gonna give him an A because
I am shocked.
Now, it's only because he hasn't had enough time. He hasn't been given enough time to play the position where he should be playing.
Wow.
I mean, Danny, they've thrown him at right. Think about it. They've thrown him at right back.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Not this season. We're talking about this season, though.
No, they threw him at right back earlier this year.
I'm pretty sure like 1 or 2 games he has been at right back.
They threw him back at right back earlier this year. And
okay, I don't remember that. Okay.
They had him at right back at one time. They had him at right wing, then they had him at left mid, then they had him at left wing. I mean, unfortunately, the same goes with Tata. He's not placing him in places where he should be comfortable in. I'm giving him a B just because of the simple fact that he hasn't been, and then there was a couple of games where him and Alba just weren't linking with each other very well. So I give him a strong B. Without showing any bias, I'll give him a strong B.
Yeah. And Chris is one of the most biased people you'll ever meet. So that's big of you. Calypso.
Absolutely.
So for a lot of those same reasons, I gave him a B plus, especially those first 3 games with Messi. He was balling out, and even when he doesn't play Messi, that game against Vancouver, he balled the fuck out. I think he's gonna ball out even more when Messi's gone for Copa America because he kind of has no choice. And especially the fact that he specifically said that he wasn't gonna go play with Finland because he knows that he's not gonna get play time. Why would he go? So he's like, no, I'm gonna stay. The team needs me. Messi's gonna be gone. Suarez is gonna be gone, right? Suarez is gonna stay. But Messi's going to be gone. Campana's staying. So why would I go to Finland to sit on a bench for some Euro qualifying games or Euros or whatever when I can be here and be scoring goals and give my team a chance to win the Supporter Shield? So I gave him a B, but for that extra, I gave him a B plus.
Okay. I'm going to go with you guys. I'm going B. He does disappear some games where he just doesn't make an impact. But he is one of those few guys on our team that can go one-on-one against defenders. He usually creates when he's on. I'd give him a B minus, honestly.
And sometimes when we need him the most, he comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna go B minus with Robert Taylor. Sometimes he just disappears sometimes, but I still love him. And yeah, so all right, so that's Robert Taylor. So next we have Diego Gomez. 9 games, 2 goals, 5 assists. He is the lungs of this team. And I'm giving him an A. I think that he was the heart and soul of this team, besides Messi, of course. With the way he was just controlling the midfield, I felt like he gave Busquets and Redondo the room and the freedom to roam. I think Diego Gomez, when he comes back, can change this team if he comes back. Everybody's saying that he might leave to West Ham in the summer. But look, I think that I think Diego Gomez, to me, when what he showed in those 9 games that he played, to me, A. If you want to say A minus, because sometimes he has a boneheaded play here or there, or just because you don't want to grade him that high, that's fine. But I don't know. To me, he's an A. Chris, Diego Gomez, your boy. We're still waiting on the apology letter, Chris.
It's in the mail. I got lost.
It's in the mail, exactly. You know what, Danny? Keep the grade up. I'm going to give him an A.
All right.
I'm going to give him an A. See, I'm trying to be as unbiased here as possible because if I was to go with my biasness, then he'd be getting an F. But no, in all seriousness, he's getting an A because, look, he's bringing on – not only is it box to box, but this is like Gregory on steroids.
Yeah.
And if there's anyone that the core fan base has ever respected more than anyone, it's Gregory. And so to have a Gomez who is Gregory on steroids and also to be able to contribute a little bit on offense, there's no way that you can be able to discount that. I mean, I'll tell you honestly, I was a fool at some points telling him that he was terrible, which is why I owe him an apology letter, but he gets an A.
Calypso. What are we thinking?
I gave him a B plus.
Okay.
I would have given him an A, but like you said, he does do some boneheaded stuff sometimes. He gets a little bit too aggressive, but box to box, he's a dog. He gets in there. He's like the workhorse that gets everything going, both on offense and on defense. So for that, I'm gonna give him a B plus. If he stops doing boneheaded stuff, he can get an A from me. But right now, B plus. We need him back ASAP.
And you hear this a crazy amount of money that they're willing to pay for him too, if all the rumors are correct, which is wild. Oh, here we go.
Now it's getting fun. Now it's getting fun.
Mr. Julian Gressel. All right. Who should start on this one?
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
I'll go first. Mine's probably gonna be the easiest one. I gave him a C plus.
A C plus.
I gave him a C plus. Especially the last couple of games, he's been doing really well. There's sometimes where he's been doing better. He started off. He did like the opposite of, I guess, kind of Busquets. Started off really bad, but got better with time. And those last couple of games, he's been bagging an assist. even I posted how he has a podcast with a YouTuber, and he talked about that last goal, and he said, I just did what Alba does, and I just fucking just threw it over and gave it to Messi or to Alba, because I just did what he did, because I did what they did. So he's learning how to play with these guys. He's getting better. He's always been a pretty decent player. He's never been like that top level player, but C+, I can give him that. I'm not ready to give him a B yet because he started off kind of but he's getting better. I can maybe even see a B-, but I'm going to stay with a C+.
All right. Christian.
Yes, exactly. I don't know who you're talking to, buddy. Listen, when it comes to Gressel, I'm going to be honest with you. When he was projected to come on this team, he was projected to be like this all-overseeing crosser guy that was going to create so many great plays for us in the air, especially with Campana as a striker, especially having him and Borgelin to be able to come off the bench and to have header-on-header goals. I thought that he was going to be incredible. Gressel, you get a D that you can chew on, my friend. He gets a D, and at the end of the day, dude, do better.
I didn't give anybody a D, just so you guys know. I didn't give.
Oh no, but Gressel's one of the top. Gressel's one of the top people with minutes on this team.
Yes, he is.
There's no way that you can have 0 goals and 6 assists with your reputation of it as an assist man. And then on top of that, we have to bring right back after right back because you can't play right back even though you're a right back.
You can't defend.
Get out of here.
On Wikipedia, he's listed as a midfielder.
I am the man of the people, Angel.
Well, look, I wanted to give him an F.
Wow.
So I wanted to give him an F. No, but he has played better. Now, I was surprised when I saw 6 assists on there. I was like, when the hell did he get 6 assists?
Yeah.
Then I remembered he got 3 in the Orlando game. So
padding the stats, baby.
Yes.
Thank you, Orlando, again for padding our stats.
D stands for do better, according to Chris. Yes, 100%.
Yeah,
I'll give him a D because he has played slightly better recently. The thing is, he doesn't contribute in the attack as much as you would want. He passes more into his own half than into the final third. To me, he turns the ball over consistently. He can't defend. I give him a D. I give Julian Gressel a D. I give him a D. So, but if he wouldn't have been improving, it definitely would have been enough. But he has improved. So, yeah, let's go on from there to that boy Ben Cremita, Benjamin Cremaschi.
Oh, this is tough. It's getting tough.
Not for me. It's a B+.
Oh, B+.
It's a B+.
Okay.
That was an easy one for me. When he does play, he plays pretty good. He might have 1 or 2 bad games, but like I said, he hardly ever I don't know why he came on as a sub for against St. Louis. He should have started. He needs to get more starts because if you get him more time, he's only gonna do better, and he's gonna be one that's gonna be gone for the Olympics. So I don't think he's gonna get much time in the Olympics with the U.S. I'm just saying that.
I agree with you that if he got more time, I think he would be better. But he hasn't gotten the time, and what I have seen, I'm going to give him a C+. He's going to give a C+ because, to me, offensively, he hasn't clicked. He still turns, like, the issues that he had at the end of last season, where he was turning the ball over a lot in the midfield, I think that he's doing that again this year. Defensively, last game, I thought he had a good game defensively.
Mm-hmm.
But offensively, again, turning the ball over a lot.
Last game. He was all over the place.
And my wife said Cremita is a B for bonito. Okay. But all right, I get that. But to me, his play is C status. Chris, what are you thinking about your boy Cremita?
I'm gonna stick with the C as well. He's had not as many opportunities, but he's had more opportunities than, for example, like to me, he's had more opportunities than David Ruiz. I don't know if he's played more minutes than
David Ruiz, I think has more play.
He's had opportunities to be able to play, and they consistently play him in the position where he is like fitted to play in, typically in the midfield. David Ruiz, they've moved him also to right back. They've also moved him up to the wing position along with being a midfielder.
David Ruiz has played almost 400 more minutes than he has.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, he's played 15 games and Cremaschi's only played 9.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I got that mistake, and I know that David Ruiz has played more positions than Cremaschi, so I'm gonna go with a C with Cremaschi. I feel like he hasn't really shown too much. I mean, I know
Kind
that
of
he has a
curious what
couple
everybody else
goals.
says. Okay.
Yeah, well, everybody's saying B's and C's. He's kind of, I don't want to say mid because that sounds worse than a C, but and Arya's saying he's a C
I'm
right
with
now. but
Arya. I love Cremaschi, and I think that he could be a baller. Like Calypso said, he hasn't gotten enough time. So I'm going based off of the time that he has had. I think he would play better if he got more time.
Exactly.
But because he hasn't, I'm just rating him on how he's done with the time he's gotten. And
that's another thing that we need to talk about. Out of all of our younger players, he does stay the most composed. Like a lot of our young players are hotheads, but he never really loses his cool.
David Ruiz especially.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, the perfect transition to our next one, which would be said David Ruiz. 15 games, no goals, 2 assists, but he has gotten 400 more minutes than Cremaschi. He has seen time in the midfield quite a bit. I think, did he get start at fullback at one point? I think he did, right? At right back?
Be surprised.
I believe he's gotten playing time.
I'm pretty sure he has, yeah.
So I'll start with Chris this time. Your boy David Ruiz.
I just want everybody to know Steve Munoz is absolutely right in the comment section, aka C's get degrees, baby. So with David Ruiz, I'll tell you, and I might be crazy for saying this, but I'm gonna give him a B. I'm gonna give David Ruiz a B because of the simple fact that, again, unfortunately, Tata has been playing him in different positions where he's not primarily, I guess, comfortable. I don't want to say comfortable because I'm pretty sure he's, wanting to play no matter what.
I think the midfield is where they would put him. He's a midfielder.
Well, they did place him a little higher, like a game or two. They placed him at right back at some point as well. He's getting kind of the Robert Taylor treatment. And I don't think it's fair to him. And I think with the amount that he's been playing pretty well. He's very good defensively. He's more creative and has better touch than Cremaschi. So I'm going to go with David Ruiz getting a B. What about you, Danny?
Right. I'm going to go C-.
Ooh.
I'm going C-, and it's heavily because of the fact that he cost us the Monterrey game in the first leg. And I know this is MLS first half, but I don't care. I haven't gotten over it. I think if he doesn't get that red card, I think we managed to keep that win, and who knows how things turn out. And I don't think he's played that great either. But especially because of that, I'm going straight C-. I'm still bitter about that red card in that Monterrey game. Calypso, what are you thinking?
I actually forgot about that, so I'm going to do a slight adjustment. I gave him a B. I'm going to give him a B-.
All right, B-.
Because, yeah, he is a hothead, but when he does keep his cool, he does do pretty well. He's similar to what I said about Busquets. You just got to bring it down a notch. Don't do dumb shit. Don't get us knocked out of games. Don't concede penalties, stuff like that, and he'll be all right. But yeah, he just got to work on that, and he'll be good.
I like him. I without the mess up for the CCC, I might have given him a C+ maybe. I think he plays well when he gets on there. But man, that foul, man, that's so big. Like you don't even think about it. But that one mistake really could have.
It changed the whole game. Yeah.
It changed the whole 2 legs at that point. But yeah, all right. So David Ruiz. All right, now we got Federico Redondo. Now, he's only officially played 5 games in the MLS with us. I know that number seems kind of small because we feel like we've seen him more often. But he did play, I want to say, both legs of the Nashville CCC games and also the Monterrey. So that's why that number 5 seems smaller than it should. But going just based off of the MLS, it's 5 games. He has 2 assists. Before he got injured, I thought he was showing great promise. When I saw him with Gomez and Busquets, I was like, we have the best midfield in the MLS, hands down. And after the injury, he's come back. He's been a little rusty those first 2-3 games. So for that reason, I'm going to give him a B- because I am going based off of what I've seen the last 3 games, not just what I saw when he first got here in the beginning. So B- is what I'm giving Redondo. Calypso, what do you think?
I give him a B plus.
Okay, and real quick, Mr. Krabs, 5 games MLS regular season. If you add the 2 games for the CCC against Nashville and 2 games against Monterrey, that would be 9 total games.
But yeah, so based on MLS games, I give him a B plus. He was such an integral part to our midfield until he got injured, and he was such a ball. I was so impressed. Like, I was very, 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 very impressed with him when he came on, and like I said, we had that problem with transitioning from the back to the front, and he alleviated that fantastically. He was so close to getting an A, but like you said, the last couple of games, he's still getting back in, and he's
not fit.
He's not. We had to play him because we had to.
Yeah.
But once he gets fit, we are going to ball the fuck out.
Yeah,
and
I'm really surprised at all the hate that I've been seeing on Redondo, because I think people
have
forgot
very
how good he looked.
People have very short memories when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah. Chris, Redondo.
I was gonna go with a C, but I'm gonna go also with a B minus, because again, he just, before the injury, he looked spectacular. He looked like a really, really solid fit to the team. I mean, we were talking about possibly having the best midfield in all of MLS with him included in it. Obviously, his injury has taken a toll on him. You can be able to tell that he's just not the same since recovering from it. I'd say a B minus is a pretty fair assessment.
Luckily, we have this break so he can get back and get back.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
This break came at the perfect time.
All right. We got Chelo Weigandt. Now, the thing with Weigandt is that everybody hated Yedlin. Not everybody, but a large portion of the fan base wanted an upgrade from Yedlin. Weigandt came in, and to me, he hasn't been an upgrade offensively. And a lot of people get frustrated with Weigandt's offense, but I think defensively he has been. I think Weigandt has showed he is a good defender. So for that reason, I give Weigandt a B, even though I have a feeling a lot of people in the chat might give him maybe a C, maybe even a D, because they're frustrated. He had a chance to win the game for us against St. Louis, and he blew it. I get it. But remember, he's a defender.
Yeah, I would say blew it.
He's a defender, so we don't count on his offensive prowess. I would give him a B because I think he has been a solid defender. Calypso.
I wouldn't say he blew it because that the Campana miss and the champions the League Cup, that I would say he blew it. He's a striker. He should have scored that, but neither here nor there. I gave Weigandt my other A.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
I gave him my other A.
The moment that you rolled around, I said, "This is it right here."
Yeah, he has that. The first couple of games before he got here, we were actually just dog shit on that right field, and he has plugged that hole perfectly.
I agree.
As far as his performance for where he is, I think he gets an A because he has been even when it's like one-on-one and somebody beats him, he always gets back into position where he needs to be. So based on that and his specific position, I gotta give him an A. He has been, I don't want to say flawless, but where he needs to be, he always needs to be, and he always comes back and helps us when we need it.
And Florida Man said Chelo does so much that goes unnoticed. Look,
yes,
I think people, because when you have a good defense, it doesn't stand out to you maybe, and the fact that we don't have a good defense, so you forget about the fact that all that offense is being built up the middle on counterattacks and not being built up the right side. I think he has solidified, and so as I said, everybody criticizes his offense, maybe his finishing, but I'm sorry, but I think that he solidified us defensively on the right side. Unfortunately, our tactics and our defending the counterattacks really killed us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I don't think any of that. I don't think any of that is his fault specifically. I think in his position, he's done absolutely superb, and he always comes back. He gives 100%. I give him the A.
Wow, you didn't give Luis Suarez an A, but you gave Weigandt an A. Oh,
definitely,
man.
Yeah, because I think he's been better in his position than Suarez has been in his.
Okay, I gave him a B. Calypso gave him an A. Chris, what are we going with Chelo?
Listen, pimp, if you want it, you can find me in the A. Same thing. I'm going to give him an A as well.
Okay.
I'm going to give him an A as well. Listen, this guy, not only do I like the fact that he transitions well on defense, but he's pushing up on Messi's side.
Yeah, and he makes runs like crazy.
Yeah, and then on top of that, he's not meant to make like this offensive. I mean, that's the whole point of Gressel. The fake right back, wing back, right back, mid back, whatever he is.
I got you, August. I got you, bro.
So
I got you, Augustine.
So whatever it is with Weigandt, I don't understand why people don't like him. But let me tell you one thing that a lot of people don't notice, and that you and I and Calypso do notice maybe, is that Weigandt is really, really good with Callender.
Mm-hmm.
He is very, very good. He goes back to run and congratulate Callender after a goal. He communicates with Callender. He has a smile on his face all the time. In terms of like filling in that spot of Yedlin, as far as like a partner on defense,
Yeah.
I could tell you right now, Callender probably knows that Weigandt is a guy that he can have behind his
He
back.
never has to worry about that right side because he knows whether
Correct.
Weigandt makes that run up front. Even when he makes that run, he's never out of position. He always gets back to where he needs to be. He's reliable. You don't have to really worry about him, and he does his job where he needs to do. And sometimes he will pick up other people's jobs, and that's why I think he should get it, because not only is he doing his job well, he's picking up slack for other people, and that's huge to me. Especially as someone who used to play in defense. I used to play defender and I used to play goalkeeper, and that's huge to me.
I forgot what Chris just brought up, and there was that play against DC United where Drake made a crazy save, and then the following possession we scored to win the game. And Weigandt, instead of running out to celebrate with, I forgot who it was that scored that goal, instead of running out there, he came and he applauded Drake Callender and kind of tried to get the fans behind it also. And that's a team leader. I really like that. I forgot about that. That's awesome. So, yeah, I still give him a B. But I think an A was crazy. But both of you guys, you know.
Go
ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead, Danny. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I think that he has been an upgrade over Yedlin. I know that we push our fullbacks up pretty high, so people want him to contribute offensively. But I think defensively, he's been a stalwart.
I want to mention something here because Aria is drilling us today, saying he has the same grade as Messi, and then says, bro, the grades are about performance, not attitude and spirit. Absolutely. Look, the grades are about performance, but at the same time, these players do make a difference in other ways, and it's something that you kind of have to recognize.
You don't play soccer on a stat sheet. Like,
no, and technically, I mean, you can make the grades whatever we want.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I can grade them all that.
It's our grades, but please feel free to join in on the chat.
Yeah, please disagree. Please disagree with me. I don't mind.
It's all fun. All right,
listen,
here we go.
I love the fact that everybody is chiming in the chat. And again, thank you guys for hanging tight with us. Throw a like and subscribe. Listen, Danny worked really hard on this. I did absolutely nothing, guys. Throw a like. It's free 99 to just scroll the screen up a little bit and press that little thumb on the bottom left, I think.
All right, Franco Negri. He filled in for Jordi Alba while he was gone. I think he did a pretty good job of filling in while he was there. Did he have his hiccups? Was he as good as Jordi Alba? Absolutely not. But because I'm judging him strictly as a backup that filled in an important role while Jordi Alba was gone, I'm going to give him a solid B. Because him as a backup, just joining in and supporting us while we waited for Jordi Alba to come back, I think he did a pretty good job in those games. So for that, Franco Negri, solid B. Chris, Franco Negri.
I'm going to go with a B as well. And considering that he was a pretty highly touted player from even last year, and then considering that he came back from like a horrific injury, and then to be able to come in and play as if that injury never existed. And I think he even played on turf like twice, if I'm not mistaken. So I know once for sure. I'd say a B is fair, and especially considering that he hasn't had as much time. A lot of people are going with B's and C's here. So
I think he did a pretty good job when he stepped up for Jordi. Calypso, what do you think?
I gave him a C. He hasn't really played much. He's only played, according to this, 520 minutes. He's played 7 games. He
started 6 of them.
Yeah, he started 6 of them. So, like, he hasn't really done much, but that's not really his fault. I think he's been okay. So, I'll just give him a C.
Okay. All right. Now, let's move on. Yannick Bright.
Oof.
Now, Yannick Bright, he's played 7 games, but it hasn't been a lot of minutes altogether. Let's see. He's played 238 minutes. But there was that one game, was it against Vancouver, where he started in place of Busquets?
I'm pretty
Or
sure.
no, he did. He didn't start that game, but he started the game in the midfield. I think when he has played, he has showed a lot of promise. He's played so well that I remember Chris suggested that he could be a center back for us if we needed it in an emergency. And when he played that one game, man, I wish I could remember off the top of my head. I'm going to check it out right now. When he played that one game as center defensive mid, I was like, you know what? This kid might got something. We might have something here with him. And because of that, I'm also going to give him a B. He hasn't played much, but the little bit that I've seen, I'm going to say he's played really good. So B for Bright, like somebody just said, B for Bright.
And I'll filibuster while you can go search whatever you need to search. I'm also going to stay with
game. The Vancouver game. Yeah, he played 90 minutes the Vancouver game. And I thought he did a great job that game.
I'm going to also go with a B. I mean, we're not looking at him for any sort of offensive prowessness or anything like that.
Just the minutes that I saw him play, I thought he did a good job in those 238 minutes.
And he does have a ton of potential, like Lionel is saying here. Yes, soccer daddy, bright future is bright. And then Dennis is saying Danny just said he was mid. He's not saying he was mid, Dennis. He didn't call him mid.
He has potential.
So look, I mean, for the time that he's played and for what's expected of him, and let me tell you something, he's going to be a boss in a year or two. Like that, I can't wait until, for example, well, not that I can't wait, because obviously we'd like for the better players to stay with us as long as possible. But when the time does come when you're not going to have your Busquets, your Messi, you're going to have, hopefully, a Bright back there. And if he can be able to learn the ways of these players and carry that over 2 years from now, he's going to be a freaking man in the middle.
Well, I hope this isn't looking like poo-pooing on him, because I'm not. But when you look at somebody like Yannick Bright, like when I look at Redondo and Gomez, I look at them as temporary because they're going to get shipped off to Europe eventually. But Yannick Bright, I look like he's going to be a holding midfield that could be with us for half a decade maybe.
Yes.
And we could look at him as a consistent point, whether it be a depth piece or a starter, that he could be with us for a while contributing, where some other these players are coming through, trying to get their money and then heading off. So I have a lot of hope for Yannick Bright. Calypso.
I only gave him a C plus because I just want to see more from him. I think he's really good in a few games that he has played. I just want to see a bit more. And also, Mr. Krabs put it in the chat, but I don't know if everybody said, but I did not know he was Italian. I had no idea.
Wow.
But yeah, I was like, oh, she's Italian. But yeah, the only reason I did not give him a B, he has played well. I think he has played at a B level. I just want to see more. But I think he's going to be a stud.
I think we'd all want to see more.
Yeah, 100%. But he's looking really good. I didn't really get to see him much for Inter Miami too. But he got called up for a reason, I guess.
For sure. We're getting close to the end. So here we go. We're going to get a little more fun here. We have Sergii Kryvtsov.
Y'all are going to love my grade.
All right. Do you want me to start? I'll start. Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Kryvtsov, I'm going to give him a C. I think Kryvtsov does not work on this team for obvious reasons. But I think when he is when he has a chance to set himself up and he's not defending against the counter, I think he does well. I think that he is much better than Aviles and Freire when it comes to playing the ball out of the press. So I think that he is just in a really bad situation on this team. He needs to find another home. He doesn't work here, but the times that he has played, I think he is a C, maybe a C minus. But I mean, when you really think about it, can you really say, like, outside of getting beat on the counter because he's so freaking slow, he's never turned the ball over in a dangerous position like Aviles consistently does. I've even seen Gressel do it. Busquets has even done it. I don't remember Kryvtsov ever doing it. So I'm gonna give Kryvtsov. Yeah, so I'm gonna give Kryvtsov a C. Calypso.
I'm gonna give him a B. I want to give him a B minus. Okay. And that's specifically based on this year's performance. I know a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth. I see like D's and stuff like that because of how he's played in the past season. And I would agree with that. Specifically at this season, he has played better when he has been put in. Because there's even games where like everything, because I'm like, oh shit. But every time I'm kind of proven wrong when he comes in and he has a decent game. Like you said, he hasn't been turning over as lately. He is a bit older, so he's gonna have tired legs. He's gonna have bad knees. That's
But
how it is.
he's not that old. It's just that he looks old. He's like in his early 30s.
He's probably like a couple years younger than me, but still, I don't have great knees either. But as far as this year's performances, I think he's actually done pretty decently. So I give him a B-.
And just so you know, Kryvtsov he just turned 33 years old. He just looks old as hell.
Yeah, he's 2 years younger than me. So
Yeah.
He's from Ukraine.
Chris.
yeah, they're stressed out over there.
Yeah. They're going through a lot for sure. Chris.
Which, let me tell you, he's going to find a cushy home in Nashville at some point, guys. And he'll be one of the best defenders in the MLS. So let's not forget about that. I'm going to give him a C because, again, like you mentioned, Danny, he just doesn't seem to work for this team. He is probably the most calmest defender with the ball. When he has had to fill in his role, he's done well, right? Not outstanding, but he's done well enough to be able to be seen as a legitimate contender for a starting spot, right? Freire has come in and sort of like blown the doors open, but like he's not, a world beater when it comes to having the ball at his feet. So, and it goes back to this comment right here, Dennis Lopez, bring Kamal Miller back.
Yeah, he was much better.
Yeah, if we were grading Kamal Miller, I know a lot of you guys would hate it, but I'd give him a fucking A.
I probably would too.
All right, well, here we go. Let's go to your boy, Chris. You can start it off. Freire.
So Freire, I think I got to give him a B+ because he came in quite the opposite as Gressel. People thought that he was going to crumble into pieces.
Yes.
People thought that he was going to choke and suck. And he actually came in and performed really well. Took the starting position from Kryvtsov, which is a calm sort of possessive center back. So to me, Freire gets a B+. And I think that that's super fair. What do you think, Calypso?
You convinced me. I'm upgrading him from a C to a B.
Let's go.
You've convinced me. Yeah, I think I just haven't seen or paid attention to him as much. But now that I think about it, he has done pretty well. He has grown into the role. He's been doing really well and defending really well, and I think he's doing really good. A lot of people forget he's only on loan. So he's not going to be with us for long. He was here to plug in a position. But yeah, I
He's
can
out
give
for
him
the year already. I think we just saw him for the last time already.
Oh shit! Then exactly. So I can give him a B-. I'll go with B-.
I'll go with a B. I thought that he solidified with next to Aviles. I thought they were doing pretty good together. But like somebody in the comments just said, you said they expected him to crumble into pieces. He technically did, Chris. He is out for the year now.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
All right.
But I mean, I meant it in the sense of like panicking and being this like this player that just crumbles under pressure. So
yes,
I think it'd be a fair for him.
Now, I think the next couple, which are the last couple, are going to be very interesting. So here we go.
Ooh.
Toto Aviles. If you want, I'll start. I think Toto Aviles is a great defender. He is 19 years old, and he has a lot of room to grow. But I think he positions himself well. He wins a lot of duels. Now, with that being said, he also does a lot of boneheaded plays. You were talking, Calypso, earlier about the hotheads we have on this team. Toto's one of them. He makes a lot of.
He's the main one, not even one of them. He's the main one.
Yeah, he gets more minutes than David Ruiz. I bet you if David Ruiz has as many minutes, he'd be the main one. But with that being said, Toto some careless tackles, some reckless tackles, and then what he to me is the worst person on the team when getting pressed. When he gets pressed, he's turning that ball over. So I wish I could give him two separate grades, one for defense and one for offense when he's on the ball. But because I have to average it out, I'm going to give him a C. Because he is such a liability when he has the ball at his feet. When teams press us, he's the one that I'm most scared of. Drake, obviously. And then if Toto Aviles has the ball when he's being pressed, I am scared shitless. So to me, unfortunately, as much as I love him defensively, I'm going to give him a C because of that. I'll go with Chris. Chris, what do you think?
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to give him an A.
And
yes,
okay.
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to give him an A. This might seem outlandish, But I gotta agree with my boy here, Jason L. Brethren from our. I gotta agree with our brother and Jason L from Section 124. Shout out to Section 124 peoples. When it comes to him, so I'm gonna tell you why I think he should get an A for the simple fact that we literally depleted our center back position. Aviles came in out of nowhere and literally carried this position on his back.
We're talking about this season.
Yes, this season. So for him to come in basically to come in this season and say, I'm going to be the leader of the center back position, like that takes a lot, especially at his age. That goes to show you that he performs extremely well.
But he turns the ball over all the time, and he's constantly making stupid tackles.
Well, you know what? I like his fieriness. Okay, give it to me. I do also, and it's your grade. You can give him an A if you want, but I don't know. The fact that on the ball, when he's distributing the ball, it's the scariest thing in the world to me. And those reckless tackles, there's a couple times where I'm like, man, he got really lucky. I don't know if it's because Messi's his teammate or what, but he probably should be out of this game right now because he's already on a yellow. Like, he's had a couple of those moments where, like, David Ruiz cost us, but Toto Aviles could also cost us down the line. Calypso, what do you think? Wait, hold on. Before Calypso starts, I want to answer this question by Porfirio. What is Messi's grade? I'm going to answer you in two parts. One, rewind and watch the beginning. Two, I gave him a fucking F. Let's go, Calypso. What's his grade?
I give Toto a B minus. Not even because of his defensive faults, or it's simply because of the hot-headedness. If it wasn't for that, he came in it's crazy that a 19-year-old at center back came in and, like he said, like how Chris said, put the team on his back and helped us out. He's amazing defensively. I don't think he makes as much mistakes as you do, Danny, but I think he's like one of the reasons why we are in first place, because he's a dog. He gets in there. He got too much dog in him. He needs to get the dog removed a little bit. He's got a Great Dane, but he needs more of, like, I don't know, a Schnauzer or something like that. He needs to chill a little bit. But
I'm constantly saying the same thing.
Yeah, he got too much dog in him. He needs the dog removal program. He needs to do the surgery and everything and get some of that dog out of him. So for that reason, I give him a B minus. But I could easily, if it was for that, I can give him an A, maybe a B plus. Yeah, I always forget he's fucking 19 years old. He's so young, and I've heard some rumors about him also that scare me a little bit, but won't get into that because they're just rumors.
I want to mention something before we move. Yes. Now I want to mention something because Isid is saying this isn't funny. Just give him the real no, Chris. Listen, look. We're doing our grades. You guys give us your grades. All right. My grade is not the final grade. We work all of us together, the Batter fam.
Well,
okay, guys.
And to be clear, I mean, it's Messi. You know what the grade was.
Exactly.
You know what the grade was. All right. Campana.
Ooh.
My chair keeps going down.
Chris.
I'm going to go with Campana. You know, I think I need to give him a C minus. I need to give him a C minus. C for Campana. Look, he has 4 goals, but he just has really bad luck, man. He's got to be behind Higuain. He's got to be behind Suarez. Finally, Pozuelo come. Yeah.
Florida Man said Aviles has a goal, but that was in the Champions Cup. It wasn't in MLS. This is just MLS regular season stats. Just to want to clear that up.
And a lot of people are saying B's and C's. I think a C. Look, yes, Aria, he did win us a game, but like I attach it to like what the expectancy was for Campana, and unfortunately, like he isn't meeting the expectation, and he is technically a DP player. So
he literally is a DP player.
Yeah, I know, but it's just. He's going to be, and this is another one that's got some rumors swirling around his sexy frame. You know, he's going to be a player that if he doesn't stay with us for a couple years, he's going to be a really good fit for some other team. I promise.
I'm hearing Austin a lot.
Yeah, I heard that also.
Yeah, I heard Austin quite a bit.
Calypso, Campana, grade.
I gave him a B. I think he's been doing well, but I think I'm surprised, and I said that at the beginning of the season. I am surprised he isn't playing more with Suarez. He's basically his understudy, and especially coming up, I really, 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 really hope he gets to play more with Suarez because I think they can be a crazy potent combo when Messi doesn't play.
I think so too.
I think him and Suarez could ball the fuck out when Messi isn't here. I'm surprised he isn't getting more play.
I just feel really bad for him because, again, it goes back to he had to sit in the shadows of Higuain. Then we had Pozuelo come in, and then him and Pozuelo finally hit it off, but then Higuain decides, hey, I want to play soccer now. And then he has the finishing of his career. Then we get Messi, but then Suarez comes in. And, I mean, he's literally had to take, like, second fiddle to just about everybody within this time in pink.
And then usually when he does play, then I won't say every time, but usually he shows up.
Yeah.
So that's why I gave him a little bit bump because when we do need him, he doesn't complain. They even asked him about it in an interview when he scored that game-winning goal, and he literally said on broadcast, he's like, sometimes I just gotta eat shit, and that's just how it is. So he understands, like, yeah, I'm gonna be sitting on the bench, but when Tata does call on me, I need to show him that, like, I deserve to be in that starting lineup, and I think he's done that more times than not.
All right. Well, I'm gonna completely go the opposite way.
Woo!
I'm going D+. I'll give him a D+. He won us a game, yes. It was the only touch of the game for him that game. So, I mean, that ended up working out for him, I guess.
17 seconds.
But, I mean, he literally touched the ball once and scored. I mean, yeah, if you want to contribute that as being awesome, sure. But I think that he hasn't showed up when he's had his opportunities. And we're talking about just this season, but it's so hard to forget about the fact that last season when he had a chance, he didn't show up. And the year before that, when Pozuelo showed up, he disappeared. Whenever he got on the pitch with Pozuelo, they just couldn't connect either.
They just didn't mix together.
They didn't. So I have so much. I love Campana. I wanted him to be that guy so bad. And maybe that's why I'm such a harsh grader on him, because I wanted him to be that guy, and he's disappointed me so much. And I think in the next 6 weeks, the next 6 games, which we play, and probably Suarez and Messi aren't there, if Campana doesn't show up these next 6 games, I'm sorry, he's got to go.
Yeah, I agree.
Because at that point, like, you have your chance right now. Like, this, everybody's looking at you like you're that guy. You and Robert Taylor have to produce for us offensively, and now
in some games they have, like, especially that Vancouver game, they played really well. You don't really count that that game where he won the game-winning goal. That's fine, but he had to have the technique to be there and the position to be there. I think, like, when he needs to be there, he has, at least especially this season, not as much last season, he has stepped up in that role. I don't think he did it as much last season, but this year, since he's getting limited minutes and he's like, okay, I have to ball out, out, I think he's stepped up a bit more.
All right.
And this is just the best way to end it. Aria says these next games are the most important of Campana's career.
That's very true.
I mean, yeah.
He didn't get called up to Ecuador.
No, he didn't.
Which is crazy.
All right. Mr. Drake Callender. 17 games. Goals allowed, 23. Clean sheets, 4. Let's start with Calypso on this one. Calypso, what do you think about your boy Drake Callender?
If this was last year, I would have given him an A. This year,
I think everybody would have.
Yeah, this year I'm giving him a straight up C.
Okay.
A lot of the goals, and this is, I'm sympathetic because I played goalkeeper, so I know how it can be sometimes. I understand how sometimes. Damn, I wouldn't go. No, I would never.
I know. No. Look, I know Campana scored the goal, but he also had the game-saving goal right before. Like, he's also helped us out quite a bit.
And everybody knows, especially me, I've been, like, his biggest, like, cheerleader, especially when it comes to the U.S. men's national team. I think he should have been at least played a little bit. He's gotten called up and just to sit on the bench, which sucks because that's the life of a backup goalkeeper. I gave him a C because he started off really poorly, but a lot of those goals weren't his fault. Sometimes you just get caught out and you get scored on. But he has gotten better. He has made some really good saves, and he's getting back into his last year groove where he was nominated for Goalkeeper of the Year, which a lot of people didn't agree with, but I don't care. I think he was one of the best goalkeepers of the season, even though when he was called up and when he needed to be, he was there. but I'm just gonna give him a C. If we conceded less goals, I would give him maybe a B. But right now, he's getting better. He's doing better. He's making saves. But a lot of those goals are not his fault.
Everything you said, I agree with. I'm not going to give him a D, but I can't give him a B. I think he's just a solid C.
I think he's like middle of the road right now.
Right. Some of those goals were his fault, but a lot of them weren't. That goal with Indiana Vassilev near post, he should have covered that. There's a couple that he should have stopped, but there's a couple that, like, what are you going to do? So, and then he hasn't gotten much better, when being pressured, playing with the ball at his feet. We'll just C. To me, C is fine. Chris?
I was going to go with a C as well. And you mentioned one of the reasons why. You would think that with some more practice and some more time, he'd be able to feel a little bit more comfortable with the ball at his feet, or at least be able to pass a little bit more accurately down the pitch. But I'm not seeing it, right? We all know that he's a great, goalie in between the sticks in terms of blocking shots, but getting better at his feet is something where he sort of lost that, especially when it was comparing him with Marsman, right? So that's where I think he's kind of failing, and I'm going to stick with the C as well.
And I think Tata right now is playing more. I've seen him. He's forcing. I don't say force, but we're playing a lot more from the back than we used to. Because even in the goal kicks, we're just kicking it short and trying to push forward. So
yes, exactly.
Callender is forced to have the ball at his feet a lot more, and he needs to get more comfortable having the ball at his feet. And even times when he gets pressured, he still gets the ball off just in time. So I think he's getting better at that.
All right, and here we go.
Last but not least, I guess.
Martino.
I forgot to write down a grade, but I'll go off the cuff.
10 wins, 5 draws, 3 losses. I'll start. I'm gonna give Tata a B. A B. I understand that he has these players, but whether he has the players or not, he's winning. He's won more than he's lost. We've gotten 15 results out of 18. And I understand the substitution is a little frustrating, but because he has only lost 3 games all season, I'm gonna go with a B. And I think he needs to go the whole season as the coach, unless he loses 6 in a row. If the next 6 without Messi and Suarez, he literally loses those 6, then he's got to go. But unless that happens, you got to give him. Yeah. So I'm gonna go B. Chris, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with a B minus. And the only reason I'm going to go with a B minus is because he just kept on flirting a little too much with the 5 in the back stuff. But
he changed it up.
He did. He changed it up. But to me, look, you're a seasoned coach. You're a veteran. Get with the program. You got players that no other team in the MLS has, even if you put 3 teams or 4 teams together. Okay? At the end of the day, he has an advantage that no other coach or team has in this league. Okay, we're talking about Pat Riley stuff 10.0 here. So B minus for me is for Tata. I mean, look, I can't give him any worse than that. We're in first place. Okay, so he does have something to do with that.
Okay, I agree. Of course he has something to do with it, even if it's minimal, like you say. And Calypso. Yeah.
I'm torn.
I know you're freestyling here.
Yeah, I'm freestyling here. I'm torn between a B minus and a C plus.
All right.
He's very stubborn with his tactics. He sets his tactics, and those are his tactics. And to me, he doesn't have enough flexibility. And especially in a league like MLS, you have to be able to adapt on the fly. For example, at the St. Louis game, he made 2 subs. We tied that game 3-3. He made 2 subs that whole game. That's wild to me. I was looking at him while walking back to the I'm like, you made 2 subs in a 3-3 draw. Like you said, those games where he was obsessed with his back 5, and sometimes it would work, and sometimes it would blow up in our face.
But remember that game against the Red Bulls where he subbed in Matias Rojas at halftime because things weren't working,
and then we
put up 6 goals. We put up 6 goals.
To me, if he did more of that and recognized, okay, we need someone like Rojas to change what we're doing. We need to put in, knowing who to put in to deal with whatever tactics the coach is doing, then that's what you need to do as a coach. The last couple of games, when the Atlanta game was the worst game for me because I can see it from the north stand. Atlanta just sat back and just let us have the ball. We had like 63% possession. Same thing for the game against St. Louis. They were just letting us hold the ball, and when we give it up, eventually we will, then we get counterattacked. He needs to be able to see that's happening. Like, okay, we need to switch it up. That St. Louis game, we tried so much to do the tiki-taka through the middle up until the top of the 18. Why are you doing that? Switch it up. Do some crosses. But he was like, no, this is going to work, and it didn't. We ended up tying.
What's your grade?
I'm going to give him a C+. Because he needs to he needs to get out of that. He needs to get out of that.
And look, a lot of people are agreeing with you. And Tank, I see that you're kind of going crazy in the chat. Let's chill out, buddy. Okay? Red card. No need for red cards here. Okay? Fair grades all across the board.
But we do have another guest on the show. He's been in the back room for a while. And I bet you he might appreciate Tata Martino for his team because his team sucks right now.
Oh, no.
So coming on with us, Mr. Joe Shaw.
Oh, no.
What's going on, Joe? Oh, you are muted, sir.
Push the button.
You know, it's funny. We're in this virtual world forever, and yet sometimes you still forget you have to unmute in order to be heard. But I had to put on a jersey of a winning team because my team.
Oh, look at it, rocking the Panthers.
I'm a day one Panther. People don't believe it. Let me say names like Radek Dvorak. Let me say names like Brian Scrudlin. Let me say names like John Van Beesbrook. Like, come on, put some respect. Yes.
Wow.
I mean, I've got a Flyers Van Beesbrook jersey. I've got a Stars Scrudlin jersey, and I've got this, which was the first hockey jersey I ever got as a kid. But we don't need to go down the Florida Panther lane. I'm just trying to put some good energy out in the atmosphere before game one this weekend. FC Dallas sucks ass right now, and it frustrates me. Nico, I know we're not grading my coach, but he is an I for incomplete because we can't even give him an F because of how bad the season is. So I would say Tata for me is a B-. Yeah, there it is. Yes.
B-.
Right.
Okay.
B- really good
for Tata.
Because we're not taking into account CONCACAF, right? The Champions Cup, right? Yeah. This is just MLS grade.
No. Correct.
All right. If it was CONCACAF, it would be a C- because you were set up to win that tournament and you didn't. Oh, yeah. But we all know that the host country of Club World Cup gets an additional team. So I'm hoping Inter Miami gets that spot next year because Messi should be in the Club World Cup. But yeah, B- for me because you've won the games you've needed to win, but you've been far more difficult on the games where like a draw when you should have gotten a win, the loss against Atlanta, you should have gotten a result out of that, right? Like the struggle bus has come a little bit too early a couple times is what I would say. But yeah, B- for me on Tata.
All right. I agree with that.
Which before you move on, Danny, there's one player that you did forget, and that's Robbie Robinson. And if you did put him up, I probably would have given him an F.
He hasn't played.
I actually have I actually graded the whole roster, so I can run through that real quick because we didn't go through everybody.
Give it to us.
I'll go through Facundo Farias. I give B-.
Didn't play.
B- based on what I see.
Okay.
CJ Dos Santos, based only on his MLS Next performance,
F?
I gave him a C.
Oh, MLS Next. Because the one game he played, he got 4 scored on him.
Exactly. So I only based it on the games that he could actually do anything. So I gave him a C. Ryan Saylor gave him a C. Ian Frey gave him a C. Robbie Robinson, no grade. Tyler Hall, no grade. Noah Allen, didn't give him a grade. Valencia, no grade.
Put Noah Allen on
Coco Jean, negative Z-.
Lawson Sunderland gave him a C. Israel Boatwright, no grade. Leo Alfonso gave him a B-.
Another one I forgot. Mm-hmm. We've been here for 2 hours, though.
Yeah, and Cole Jensen, I gave him a C+. Okay.
A lot of people
don't even know who Cole Jensen is.
It's the other backup goalie. For
like a third-string goalkeeper. I think he plays a couple of MLS Next games, too.
I do have one more here for us to grade out.
This one right here.
It is not Emerson.
Oh, no.
We need to eliminate. That would be a way to put a name, a word.
Block that.
Yeah, just automatically blocked because I'm sick of Emerson. All right, so here it goes. Last one. You guys tell me the grade.
Oh, yes.
Messi's bodyguard.
I gave him a B. I gave him a B. Because there has been a couple of guys that have gotten to Messi. I need him to get UFC fucking WWE tackled. I need him to do elbow drops. I need him to do figure 4 leg locks. I need all of that. People have gotten to Messi. We can't have that.
Joe, what do you say? Messi's bodyguard. Maybe I should have put up a picture of him like in his underwear.
I think that guy specifically, because I have a video of it. I think that guy actually got to Messi.
So I have this theory that the guys that get to Messi, there's like in the bodyguard's contract, he's allowed a couple guys to get to Messi so he can take them out back and do a rock bottom on the concrete. Right. That's my working theory.
Back by the portable bathrooms.
Absolutely. Right. Rock bottom, elbow drop right there because like, so for that, I would say A+, like A+, because I think it's all intentional.
All right. Chris.
I'm going to give my grade, but first, just real quick, Joe, check what mic you have connected because it's sounding a little echoey, so it may be the computer mic instead of the actual microphone.
Is this better?
Repeat that.
Yes.
Oh, much. Oh, now that voice
silky.
is
there we go.
Smooth, baby.
Ooh, yes.
Chris, I had already contacted him through text. See, I try not to put it out in the public.
You know what? It's all right. We're live.
Look, and so let's go to the bodyguard. I'm going to have to be strict here like Calypso too. You're getting a B-, buddy. A B- for bodyguard minus. Okay? You have let some people slip through the cracks. What if there is a guy that wants to come up and he shanks Messi, right?
A crazy Orlando fan. You know they're crazy. You know those Orlando fans are crazy. You can't trust them.
Chris, they go through metal detectors when they get in the stadium.
Okay, so much that those things work, right? I
mean, they got ceramic knives.
I want you guys, hold on, just listen to what you just said, Danny. Do you not remember the time that we went through when it was pouring rain, just blasted through the gates? Like, literally, I could have walked in with a rocket launcher and nobody stopped.
Yeah, like, I don't understand what you're talking about, Chris. Like, you just went off on the deep end for absolutely no reason.
And he needs to just, if he drop kicks a kid, then he gets an A for me. Sorry. I need him to drop kick a 12-year-old in the face. That'll get it for me. Look
at this.
I need somebody to follow the bodyguard out when he takes someone just to confirm the rock bottom theory isn't happening. I mean, I've not seen anything to discount that theory. So to me, rock bottom theory.
I'm going to add to that theory. I think that he's probably rock bottoming him on top of the fridge that eliminated fridge guy last season, Danny.
Yes.
It's possible. I'm giving him an F.
Ooh.
Damn.
Not only has a couple people got into Messi, he is no longer walking up and down the sideline like he used to.
He isn't?
He's kind of lazy lately.
He doesn't walk up and he used to walk up and down following Messi.
Yeah,
he doesn't do that anymore. Point. And now he travels to away games without Messi. Messi doesn't go to Vancouver. All of a sudden, this guy's in Vancouver.
Well, there's a reason for that because he's hired by the team as like staff. He's like
I don't
staff.
care. We have to have him protect Messi at all times.
I don't think he like goes home with Messi or anything like that.
But if Messi steps outside his home, I want him on it.
Because even when he was at I don't know if y'all saw that, he showed up at a random indoor like soccer thing with his kids, and just showed up randomly at like some indoor soccer place and was like playing with a bunch of kids, and he wasn't there.
If you're hired to protect Messi, I want you to protect Messi at all times.
24/7 around the clock. Yeah, I agree with that.
Literally, team no sleep.
That's what I feel. All right, so. We are back. Thank you guys for hanging out with us during the grades. Now we do have Mr. Joe Shaw on here, and Joe, for those of you that don't know, Inter Miami wasn't the first team here in South Florida. We had the Miami Fusion, which Joe did a great job with the podcast. I mean, if you want to tell them about in case they want to go back and listen to it.
Yeah. So, so last year was the 25th anniversary of the Miami Fusion's first season in Major League Soccer back in 1998. There was some nice symmetry with Inter Miami was entering their fourth year. The Miami Fusion only lasted for 4 years. And the fact that both in the Miami Fusions last year, they won some silverware. They won the Supporters Shield, and Inter Miami won the League's Cup in year 4, folded. at the end of the 4th year. Luckily, Inter Miami has written some new history and has continued on into a 5th year. But for me, I've always enjoyed soccer and the beautiful game, and I fell in love with it through Major League Soccer initially. I'm a Dallas guy, and I grew up as a ball kid at the Cotton Bowl for the Dallas Burn back in 1998 was the first time I started going. And I thought, what better way to appreciate new history than by remembering and preserving old history? So I created a limited series, 25 for 25, the story of the Miami Fusion. I did 25 episodes, a little bit more than 25, but 25 episodes where different people, staff, players, coaches told the oral history of the club. It was fun. It was awesome. I got to come on here a couple times and talk about it. I appreciate y'all bringing me on. We got to do a live reunion show, which was a lot of fun. And I thought that was it. Like, that was fun. Done. Moving on. And what I discovered through that was in the course of my interviews, I spoke to people across the political spectrum, across like the world, who all had different perspectives on life, but they all came together through the beautiful game. And I really liked digging into these individual stories that I felt like people didn't really know that much other than like the headline news and stories. So I decided to do a bit of a rebrand. And so instead of, if you'll notice, if you've been following Miami Fusion Pod on Instagram, it changed to Humans United FC. And so what we've done, and by we, it's really just me, have done a full rebrand. It's called Humans United FC. Yeah, it's a multimedia storytelling collective brand. It's starting out as a seasonal podcast. We got 8 episodes that we're going to release annually. We're going to do some write-ups. We're going to do some video pieces. We got some more ideas coming in. Again, by we, I mean me. And so I'm excited because it blends this idea that the beautiful game is so expansive and global, and also we can all be connected through a shared experience. So a couple episodes have already released. We've released 4. Kim Weigandt is the most recent episode. She was the first ever goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team back in 1985, when in that first game they had to wear oversized, unused men's national team jerseys because they didn't have any jerseys of their own. And then now you see, right, they've won 2 World Cups. They're getting ready to go into the Olympics. They got a brand new coach. Like the way it's expanded is incredible. I got Thomas Rongan on there talking about his time coaching American Samoa. I know people here know Thomas Rongan very well. Yeah,
and
yeah,
he had
absolutely.
the movie.
That's right. He did have the movie. So we got him on there. I also talked to Mike Geddes, who is one of the co-founders of Oakland Roots in the USL Championship, about what they're doing in Oakland, which was really cool. And then I've got a couple other episodes I'm excited about. And one of the cool pieces is I got this ball over here. Hang on. Well, it's late and I dropped it. So hang on. I'm gonna start grading me.
Well, while you gather that, and there's a lot of people in the chat, and guys, thank you guys for hanging tight, showing some love to the Miami Fusion. That was definitely a beautiful time down here in South Florida.
Absolutely. So this ball I got, it is, hold on, let me angle it this way. There we go. So Hayworth Athletic is the official sponsor of the show. Shout out to Justin, who's the founder and CEO of Hayworth Athletic. They're a ball company, and he started this company when he realized that I believe it was 98% of all of the world soccer balls were manufactured in, I think, a sweatshop in Pakistan, but he knows the official stats. And he said, I think we should seek to change that. We should stimulate local economies where the game flourishes, and we should pay people not just minimum wage, like not minimum wage, but living wage, so we can stimulate the local economy. So he uses hand stitchers in Colombia, and he is doing his part to really stimulate the local economy, to show like this is what people should be paid for this work, because it's craftsmanship work. And so all of his balls are incredible. So as part of the sponsorship, we're going to do an episode featuring him, and he's going to tell his story. That's still to come. But we're giving away 1 free ball for every single episode of the podcast. So what you need to do, if you go to Humans United FC on Instagram, you can see, or actually if you go to Hayworth Athletic on Instagram, you'll see the ball giveaway post. And all you have to do, the instructions are on there. You got to follow that account, my account, and then you Humans United FC on Instagram, and then you got to comment like tagging a friend, right? So it's super simple. You'll get one of these balls, not with these signatures. This is all the signatures from some people that were at the Miami Fusion reunion event. So that's something I usually have up like in a special area of my house. I brought it down to show, but it's a great quality ball, and we'll be really appreciative. So it's an opportunity to support a really cool cause and also hear some really cool stories. So that's Humans United. It's starting small, but we're going to grow as things progress. And I'll tease the last couple episodes. So next week, I did an episode with this guy named Matty, who started a soccer club in Scotland to raise mental health awareness. So it started out as a casual like kickabout scrimmage with some friends, and now it's grown to where they're doing full-blown charity matches in Dublin, Ireland. They're traveling to all these different countries, which is really cool. I've got an episode, like I said, with Justin to talk about Humans United. We got some more stuff about the U.S. women's national team coming up. And then I'm also, because I got to do a Dallas episode, I'm going to be doing an episode with Jason Kreis. I know people in Miami may not have fond memories of Jason. I'm sorry. But in Dallas, he broke the goal scoring record. He was 25 years ago this year, was the MLS MVP. And so we're going to talk about that transformative 1999 season for him and him reflecting back on his career. So that's also more to come this season. I think that's everything. I tried to wrap it up.
No, that was perfect. And look, for those of you, if you've been watching us long enough, you've seen Joe on with us a lot. This is the first time this season, but last season he was on with us quite a bit. We were promoting that fusion show that you had, the reunion, which was awesome. We went out there. We got to talk and hang out with a few people. Chris Henderson being one of them. So it was a good time. So we appreciate you and everything you do. I'm looking forward. Hopefully everybody checks it out. Humans United FC. And yeah.
And guys, if you want the giveaway, go to Humans United FC on you said the Instagram post, right?
Yep. You can go there. You can check out my stories right now. And I've got the post. I've shared the post on where you need to go to comment and follow and all that stuff. But yeah, Humans United FC on Instagram for the giveaway and check out. There's some really cool episodes and stories. So I'm insanely excited about the more you peel like a layer of these stories in the game, the more you see stories that people just haven't heard of that are relatable and are something that people get really excited and passionate about. So we got some stuff cooking. I got a lot of ideas. Yeah. He was part of Phil Neville's coaching staff. That's right.
Yes, he was.
He's in RSL right now, helping out with their incredible season. So he went back to his second home in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
So
didn't he win the title over there?
Yes,
back
he
in
did.
2009.
He won the 2009 title
as the head guy. So
yes, he was the head coach there, and then he brought them back to the final. I think it was in 2013 where they lost to Kansas City in the finals. He had some success.
And then he went to NYCFC and his career went to shit.
Yep.
And then we teased Tommy one time is going to be doing some stuff with us over the summer, and Joe also said he was on board doing some stuff with us over the summer. So look out for Joe coming and hanging out with the Batter fans and being part of the Batter fam in the very near future.
That's right.
One thing I didn't want to forget to mention real quick. Oh, somebody asked if this is the longest episode we've ever done. I want to say yes, but a couple things, and I'll run through them now. We will only be on one time in English next week. There's no game on Saturday, so not too much to talk about. Also on Wednesday, we'll be doing a preview show for the Philly game that following Saturday, and we'll be doing a Spanish show on Monday night. So we figured we'd throw everything on here today. And then one other thing. Yesterday was a year since we had Trav on, and he told us Messi is coming to Miami 2 days before it happened. He said he's coming, and then we told everybody, go buy the tickets. And not a lot of people listened. Chris and I did. We went ahead. We bought as many tickets as we could for the Leagues Cup, which was Atlanta and Cruz Azul. And then the news broke on June 7th, would be tomorrow. So tomorrow will be 1 year since Messi officially said that he was coming to Miami. So we are exactly a year from the point where Inter Miami completely became global. So look at that. Yesterday, we found out on our show, and we told everybody. Not everybody listened. And then 2 days later, the news broke to everybody else. So fun times.
Yes.
All right. I want to thank Joe and Calypso for joining us. Let me start with Calypso. Appreciate you hanging out with us and grading the team. Please let everybody know where they could find you and all the good stuff.
They can find me mostly on Twitter, CF. That's why I talk all things Inter Miami, a little bit of U.S. National team, but mostly just about Inter Miami and trolling Orlando fans. That's my specialty. I do have on my personal account where I talk just random stuff. It's Calypso GLHF, but if you just care about Inter Miami stuff, CF is the place to go.
Real quick. Not the case.
Oh my God, Mr. Krabs.
Not the case.
Damn, you had to bring that up. Damn, that's messed up.
And not the case. I mean, it wasn't in the thousands, but it was definitely in.
It wasn't in the 12s either, Mr.
Yeah,
Krabs.
no, it was in the 100s.
You were a little higher than that, okay,
yeah,
buddy?
we were doing the
Trust
2
me,
to
we kept
300s.
track.
Yeah, 2 to 300s per episode, and then obviously shut up after that. But yeah, about 200-300 is what we were averaging back then.
12 people, man, get out of here.
Joe, let everybody know. I know you just did, but just one last time, where they can find you if they want to find you on Twitter and all that other good stuff.
Yeah. So I would say if you've got other questions or you want to reach out to me, or what I've been encouraging people to do is if you know of a story within soccer that you really want other people to know about, shoot me a message over on Instagram at Humans United FC. So you can check me out there. I do have my Twitter account is Detox, DTALKS Joe. Mostly I'm there trying to hype up more Humans United stuff or lamenting the fact that FC Dallas had so much promise. And yet here we are at the bottom of the Western Conference, wallowing in misery. I don't know what's going on. I'm coping very poorly with this season. But the good news is we have the most followers out of all the Texas teams because Martin Paz got capped for the Indonesian national team, or is about to. And we got a buku bunch of Indonesian followers. So welcome to FC Dallas and all of the lamenting we are doing, Indonesian fans. But yeah, I would say at Humans United FC on Instagram. Please go check it out. And if you want to get that ball, we've got the episode 4 ball giveaway right now, and then there will be 4 more chances beyond that. So you got 5 chances to win the Hayworth Athletic ball.
All right, and and again, Joe, appreciate you. You're always awesome when you come on, so we appreciate you taking the time to join us and letting us know about Humans United FC. Chris, any final words, sir?
Danny, so there's 2 things I got to mention before we go here. Okay, I got some cleaning up here to do, Mr. Krabs. We're gonna get to it, okay? I'm gonna give you the numbers, and I promise you that you're gonna be surprised, okay? And then Dennis Lopez is giving us a bao saying A- for the show. No gas bagging is unacceptable.
Well, I mean, if you want, Joe, we'll ask Joe real quick before we sign off. I mean, we're not gonna be on here for basically like a week, so might as well just throw it all in here. Joe.
This is a no-brainer for me. It's in sync all the way. And I'm gonna say it why. Now, here's the thing. Whoa. Harsh. All right, so a couple things. Number 1, I was in sync. I was a day 1 in syncer. I actually went as Lance Bass for Halloween one year. I used to have pictures, but then it flooded. The other thing that people don't know about me, I have a music podcast. It's like VH1's Behind the Music. It's called After the Encore. I did a full deep dive with Chris Kirkpatrick a couple years ago during COVID. So if you want to check out the Chris Kirkpatrick episode, do it. The Backstreet Boys never got back to me. Chris Kirkpatrick got back to me. You know, he's the guy in the Eminem song, Chris Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, that's what I was exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah,
exactly
he got
what I was
this by
thinking.
Eminem.
Yeah, that's right. No, he was the guy with the hair. He had like the crazy hair.
They all have
hair.
He
doesn't have crazy hair. He's the guy with the
one that's
on
the right under JC Chazé or whatever.
Yeah, he's under JC and he's between JC and Justin
Timberlake.
Yeah, he's
the one that's above Justin Timberlake to the right of the picture.
Yeah, he's in the like brownish jacket.
Oh, okay.
But here's the thing that a lot of people don't know: Chris Kirkpatrick is the reason NSYNC exists today.
Correct.
That's true. Yeah.
And so if Chris hadn't done a lot of legwork and cold called 15-year-old Justin Timberlake, which is a story you'll have to hear more of if you want to know that, you have to go to After the Encore, then NSYNC wouldn't exist and Justin Timberlake wouldn't be where he is today. So yeah.
You know what, Dennis? You can excuse yourself. No. It's okay. Dennis can get out. Get out, Dennis. And you and Danny, you follow him as well.
This is the worst panel of all time. How are 3 NSYNCers in here at the same time?
I gave you my reason, and I said, and Joe, just so you know, I gave my reason was because of I have an older sister. That's the only reason.
Oh, well, for me, I was in like Flynn from day one. Danny, I know it's tearing up your heart. I know you want the rankings back. I know that this episode's going to be gone. I understand it's just a lot of dirty pop for you, but it's okay.
Dirty pop was my shit.
It will be okay.
Dirty pop was my shit back in the day.
Because Backstreet's not back in this panel.
Yes.
It'll be all right.
Get out, Danny. End the show. End the show. No, we're doing this.
You have to bring that up. I remember that from last season. I remember from last season. You have to bring that up.
All right, Joe, are you a pusher or a puller?
You're awful,
with
Danny.
the grocery cart, push.
Like, okay.
I got my answer for that because you didn't ask me this last time. I just get a basket. I'm in and out. I'm getting 2 things and I'm out. I don't need a cart. I'm good.
You're a
I'm in and out. Self checkout. I'm gone.
Basket case.
Basket. Self checkout. I'm gone.
With headphones, listening to NSYNC, I can't anymore.
Yes. In and out. 5 minutes. I hate going out. I hate going shopping.
We gotta end this now. Just real quick, I'm gonna end it with this. Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, Bad Boys, I guess debuted this weekend. Opens in theaters this weekend, and they were given Inter Miami jerseys while in Miami. Guess who presented him those jerseys?
I bet
that. You won't guess.
I will. I literally just saw it. So I'm not saying anything.
Chris, take a guess. Who do you think gave him those jerseys?
Messi.
No.
I don't know.
Messi doesn't go outside and socialize with people.
Was it the bodyguard?
That would have been better. That would have been a funny
followed by a rock bottom.
Elbow drop his ass.
No, I'm gonna give you. All right, I'll just tell you so because we were almost an hour and 40 minutes in. This is wild. I wonder if anybody's gonna listen to the whole hour and 40 minutes.
They better.
They will because they. Yeah. All right, so. Alfonso.
Mr. Krabs, no.
Alfonso is one of them. Snyder Borgelin is the other.
Ooh, Borgelin. Okay,
we couldn't get like a Drake Callender to give him the kids.
Yeah,
I think he's on vacation somewhere because I saw on no, he's like not in town right now.
Look, I'm not hating on the Haitian sensation, but like
no, he's like off in the woods somewhere in like a log cabin with his fiance.
But like they don't even play. Like, give him a starter. or somebody that comes off the give him a Cremaschi, give him a Cremita. Like
I think a lot of players, that, especially the ones that aren't getting call-ups, are like on vacation right now. Because I saw that post where he's like him and his wife, and congratulations to Callender who's having a baby. Him and his wife. They're like in some like random cabin in I think like Colorado somewhere.
All right.
Well, at least it was a Robbie Robinson, Danny. Or maybe it wasn't Justin Timberlake and NSYNC. So you're fucking done, Danny. End the show. Get out.
End the show. Cut the feed. Cut the feed.
If you are listening on audio and you listened for the whole hour and 43 minutes, we appreciate you listening all the way to the end. Please leave us 5 stars, comment, review, all that good stuff. If you are watching on YouTube and you managed to watch all the way to the end for an hour and 43 minutes, we appreciate it. We love you guys. Please leave us a like, subscribe, all that other good stuff. And for those of you in the chat that have literally been here, because a lot of you guys I've seen from the beginning, for the whole almost 2 hours, we appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys are by far the best part of this show. And we will be back next week on Monday night in Spanish and next Wednesday in English, previewing the Philly game with Todd the God. So we're going to have a little break, I guess a small break, kind of like Inter Miami has. But we will be back next week. And we hope that you guys join us. So until the next one, have a good one.
Get out, Mr. Krabs.